Hello everyone, today we are going to learn how to use the Catia software. As we all know that mechanical engineering involves use of various softwares to develop various mechanical elements which mainly involve SolidWorks, Catia, Pro-E and various softwares as well. We also have ANSYS software which is used for analysis. Our sole focus in this today's video is Dhali to use the Catia software. As we can already see, the Catia software is already present on my desktop. Here we simply have to right click on it and to open it up. Once you can see it, the software does take some time to open it up in the first instant. It highly depends upon the capacity of your laptop or your computer as well. First of all, the software appears for general users in this particular manner. Here we have different options available to us up on the left hand side corner: Start, File, Edit, View, Insert, Tools, Windows and Help. As we are going to go through a basic stage, we will start off with the most basic of all. We will start off with Catia. Where we have the Start option, under which Infrastructure, Mechanical Design, Shape, Machining, Digital Mockup, Equipment and Systems, Digital Process for Manufacturing, Knowledgeware, and there is also various other elements that have been developed by me. As we are going to go through the basic structure, the most basic of all is the part design. Here in mechanical design we have part design, assembly design, sketcher, product functional tolerancing and annotation, well design, mold tooling design, drafting, wireframe and surface design, functional tolerancing and annotation. We will start off with the part design. As we can see, it is the most basic that anyone has to go through. Once you go through this process, here we have the new part. We only have to name it depending upon the name of the product. I will just simply, by default it has been named as part 1. I will name it as just simply capital A. You can create anything, by the way. You can name it whatever you want. Once you click on OK, here we have the part design that will open it up. Guys, let us first of all understand the basic concept of Catia, how we are going to go through the routine processes of using the software. We are first of all going to develop one particular 2D concept drawing. We will convert it into a 3D object using various commands in Catia. After these commands are used, we will use different accessories to get different objects as well. Once these objects are created, they will be saved in certain folders in your computer. These folders will contain all the basic details that are required for an entire assembly. The assembling process will be used to therefore creating assembled element that would be used, such as a screw jack, a coupling, etc. We also have the drafting option as well, where we will be creating a particular drawing of the element that we have developed in the Catia software. So basically what we will do here today is to learn how to develop a 2D concept. Before going through, we will, in this particular lecture, we will only focus it, and our sole focus will be only on what are the different features that we will get. Here we can see in the left hand side corner, the name A represents the name of the product. Here we can see the planes. In the center where you see the planes, that particular plane does get highlighted. This is the XY plane. If I move my cursor, you will see the YZ plane, and we also have the ZX plane that is available to us. And now moving on from here, we simply have to use one of the planes to create the drawings, and after creating the drawing, we simply have to use various commands that are used to create a 3D object. Before we go any further, let us go and focus on what are the basic accessories and tools that are required to create a Catia drawing. First of all, there are a number of options that are available here. Here you can see transformation features and various options that are available. So guys, as we are only focusing on these different elements, we will first of all learn how to bring it in this particular window. You have to move your cursor in this empty space that is available at the start. None of these features will be actually available at the start. Here just I simply would close it out, the transformation features and the surface based features. So it will be something like this. So to create a basic drawing, what we need is we need a number of options that are available. So here we have, if we right click, bringing your mouse cursor in this area, you will find out that we have number of options available for us. So which are the options that we require most? It totally depends upon the type of design you develop. You sometimes would need in wireframe design different options. In part design we require different options. So guys, our sole focus right now is to develop a basic drawing. So my consultation for you would be, you need to have this amount of features that are already present on my screen to develop a basic 2D drawing. So which are these features? I will just tell you, we will go through it. It will be the surface based features, which is one of the features I mentioned. We will have the extended version of it. So it's not always that you need to close it out. You simply right click, number of options will be available. Once again I repeat, we don't need all these options. We will simply have to go through this and we will have the extended version, and here we can see the surface based design. This is one of the options that we require, and you just simply have to place it in the workbox. You don't have to close it out every time. Once the work is done, you can just simply keep it on and you can place it on this particular work frame. Another option that we would need would be transformation features, which is available here. Here we can see the transformation features which will be available here. It will always appear on the screen. Avoid keeping this area empty, because this is the area where we will be developing a particular element. So it might just overlap or coincide. So try getting this all features in this particular area. So which are the basic features that we will require? I think let us first of all try to understand which are the basics. Guys, in this video we will just focus on what are the different arrangements that we need to do while processing our basic steps. We will need this option which is already on there. It's the standard option. The standard option is used to save a file and to make sure that we have a location of the file to save it as well. Here we can see the folder option. Here we can see a new file we can develop as well. So try to get this option and try to place it right at the bottom. We will have its importance in the later stages. Another basic options that we will require every time and again will be the view option. Try to get it just for the new users. I will just of all first again repeat it out. Just go in this area, right click. We'll have different options available. The ones which have right click are the options already present on my screen. So we will just routinely go through and we will get the view option, which is another important of the requirements that we would need in the Catia software. The view software, it might just be somewhere around here. Yes, we will get the view option very shortly. Another option that we would require is the tools option. This is another option that really represents the basic of all the softwares here. So just right clicking in this empty space and you will get the tools option, and you just simply place it in this particular area. Try to get it here, and yes, we can get it here. As we can see, the sketchup based options, the insert options. Here is the view option, as I mentioned. Try to arrange it in this particular format. It's not necessary that you need to put it in this area. As I mentioned, you can simply get this in the upper workbench as well. So it is not important that we would require to get it in this particular manner, but just try to have it in this particular manner. Then the next one that we will go through in the basic introduction would be this option, which is another one that is the most basic of all to create a 3D drawing. That is the sketch best feature. Without this feature we can't develop a 2D drawing into a solid 3D diagram. So most importantly we have to use this. Just basic going through, you simply have to go in the empty space, just get you will have the different options and you will get the sketch best features. It will come on this particular area, so try to avoid collision and place it in this particular frame. Here we can see another options being available. The most basic of all to create a 2D drawing is this option, which every designer has to go through, which is the Sketchup feature. The Sketchup feature again has multiple options. We will discuss this multiple options in our later series, but this is how we will be developing through as well. The Sketchup option, just simply once again I will repeat the process. Go in the empty space where you will have the options Sketchup. The Sketchup will be available and you simply have to put it on. Another feature that is available for here, this is the Boolean Operations, which is actually used for complex operations. In the basic operations we might not need him, so we can just simply keep it off, or if there is space available I will just keep it open as well. The Boolean Operations, guys, I think you might just get it how to open up different options. Just simply go up in this empty space, right click on your mouse or on your touchpad on the laptop. You will have different options available. We not need to open up every single option, we just need to have these basic options. These are the basics that part design requires, so try to get it. Just simply I would urge everyone to note down all the features I'm pointing out here today, and make sure that you try to put up and do the basic setups in this particular manner. The next up will be the constraint feature. The constraint feature is actually the dimensioning of every part in the Catia drawing. So what we need to do is we have to just simply go in this empty space, right click, and we will have the constraints that will be available here, and there's plenty of options. I will just get it through Sketchup constraints and all. So here we can see different options being available. The constraint, I'm just losing out on the constraint, so let us move on where you have our next feature, that is the reference element. And here we can see different options are available in reference element as well. We will need these elements time and time again, and we will have more importance of it. So reference elements, just simply right click and go in the constraints as well. The constraints, here it is, the constraints available, so I will just bring back constraints, place it here. It just looks like that this empty space is the most important one. As we have already seen, these are the basics that I particularly use. You must have noted down this all options. Our next one is another important options that will be available to us. We have to make sure that we keep a closer eye on all of these options. If you don't place it properly, this is what happens. Your workbench does get highlighted in very much all these areas. Here you can see these various options that are being highlighted. This is the selection feature that will be used later on in this Catia series. Another option that we would need is all these options, that is the workbench and all. Here we can see, just bring it out and here we will have those different options available to us. Just simply right click and we will have the options available to us. Here we can see the ones with the right click are the options that are already present on your screens. So make sure that you get these options and you place it in the most basic manner as well. The other option that we will now move on to is highly important as well, this feature, because it will just have, in any case scenario, if we want to develop any concepts relating to measuring an element, this is how we will do it. That is the measure option. Now just to simply bring in measure, just go in this area and go for measure that will be available right around here. Yes, here it is, and just place it around here. Oh, there it is, there it is been placed. And another one that comes into my mind is the dress up features. Just simply right click on the area and you will have these options, the dress up features options. You just simply click it and you will get these options. Now guys, more importantly, these are the options that I have discussed here today. Try to get these options, try to open up the Catia. It will take some time. Open up the start mechanical designs, as I mentioned, and you will have the part design. Go through part design, that is the most basic that we will learn. And once we are going through the part design, we will then after learn the assembly design, sketcher, product functional tolerancing and annotation, well design, mold tooling design, drafting, wireframe and surface design, functional tolerancing, annotation, etc. But for all that to happen, we need to learn the basics of all the design. So guys, make sure that you open up, download the Catia software, open it up. Something again, I will repeat it out, it will look something like this. Go through this, start mechanical design, part design, and you can just simply name it, open it out, right click in the workbench area. We will have different options, and just open up those options, install it, try to arrange your Catia software in more appropriate manner. And from next lecture onwards, we will learn the different types of elements that will be used, different accessories that will be used to develop a Catia software. That is the most important thing that we'll be learning in the later series as well. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video, and we hope that you have been getting all the important information relating to the Catia software. We will have more videos relating to the series. Join us again next time. Until then, from me and the rest of the team, goodbye and thank you.